Hello, everyone. It's really cool to see a lot of our regulars and a lot of new people that I've seen today. So really cool to have everyone on. We have quite a lot of comments actually. I think you put this up already. Kelly's word says this should be more entertaining than the election integrity meeting I just left.
That's right.
Hello to everyone. A lot of shout outs. So Kelly did put a link that I'll check out later. That's a link to an episode of Left Reckoning with guest Michael Preisner. Did I say that wrong? About Tulsi's job as civil affairs and psychological operations officer.
Mhm.
So, the question for you, Matt. Okay, when I have used psyop in the past with people, the people that usually watch the mainstream media and stuff, a lot of people have not ever heard of the word psyop. How would you describe that to like a regular average Joe person so they don't look at you like you're a crazy conspiracy theorist?
That's a great question, Leslie. Great question. So,
So I said that
psyop,
at my job the other day, and they're like, "What?"
yeah, no. So you have to start people, and this is what we were talking to Craig about earlier. About there's sometimes you have to start the conversation with people. I know with Craig, and like sometimes we like get ahead of people because we have all you guys watching, and we've been doing this a little while. Craig and these guys, I mean Jose, even he's very young, but he's been doing it even longer than I have.
Oh, Jose. Yeah.
But we kind of forget as we do this so much that we've left people kind of behind that don't know the basic terminology, and so we've moved into these new places of just like critical thinking that's way beyond our friends and family and colleagues. So when you say psyop, we say it all the time. First, yes, how do we start that conversation? People want to know. Well, psychological operation. This is something that if you took, I would start the conversation like this. If you took psychology in high school, or you might even have been a psychology major, you understand how basic manipulation happens. They teach us this in school. What they don't teach us in school is how the government and government agencies like the CIA, FBI, all these agencies that and now you have these big tech companies that understand that data is everything. And once they got data on you using technology against us, they can do the things that we learned in school. We learned about how to in psychology, how people manipulate each other. And there's ways you can get people. We learn all this stuff. We learn about abuse, and like you could take sociology. You can learn about how people in power can abuse people that aren't in power, and have dysfunctional households and dysfunctional relationships. And we've all been down this path. So on a larger level, a psyop is about um, implementing memories that are either untrue or completely fabricated, or a spin on what really is true. Also, yeah, so you can implant memories that aren't there. You can withhold information. I think that's the biggest one, is withholding information is a form of psychological warfare on people. When you withhold information, I'll give an example. The best example I can say about withholding information being a psyop is like the more recently is the Hunter Biden laptop. That's a great example of a psyop where they pretend that this is a Russian disinformation campaign. They literally withhold the information from us. The mainstream media outlets had the information, and after the election of 2020, they bragged about the fact they had the information, and then they didn't let us see it. And even now, we don't have all the information. I mean, we have to do our own work on really going in there and saying what was in that laptop. And they spit, so they do. So these psyops, on a more sophisticated level, the CIA conducts these, and they've been doing it the entire existence. And so I don't know if you're talking to people for the first time about it, I wouldn't start with Operation Mockingbird. I wouldn't start with these, how Ice Cube talks about how crack was put into the ghetto on purpose. It was designed, it was a psyop operation. So it's a psychological operation, psychological warfare on the people. That the hip hop community it was a CIA operation. So we know you don't really want to start with that one, but you can start with the little things of the ones they brag about openly. Like they literally brag about withholding stuff from us, spinning stuff, and their excuse they give is it's for there's an ultimate goal, for the greater good. That's generally the way they can pretend they're on the right side. They're the good guys. It's for the greater good. We have to create these narratives. We have to withhold narratives. We have to spin stuff around in order to protect people for the greater good. And so that's it. So I would start small and then work your way up. But yeah, some people it's a while. It's a process to get there.
Yeah, it's so manipulative. So thank you for that, Matt. Oh, is Echo on again?
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna. I got you. I got you.
One more from Kelly's words, just because I like what she wrote. From the beginning, RFK running as Dem and complaining about how Dem primaries are rigged. Yeah, no kidding. No mention of DNC fraud lawsuit.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly.
From Nika Kant. Thank you very much for the tip. If he makes or attempts to make any actual change, if he gets in, I don't see him being around much longer. I'm just saying that's going to cost a few rich people a lot of money.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's 100% true. 100% true.
From Beauty and the Boomer, thank you for the tip. According to RFK Jr., I'm a drain on the pool that I paid into my whole life. Not to mention, I was born at a time that big tobacco told my whole family smoking was safe. What chance did I have? From Chanda.
Yeah, this was we covered this already with the Bernie stuff, Beauty and the Boomer. Yeah, it's true. Go to Open Secrets. I want to remind people, go look at the money that Bernie took in 2020. It's all there. It's all there. I know Craig didn't really want to talk about it too much. I get it. We don't want to totally attack him like that. But I mean, if we're in the business of attacking RFK and Tulsi for what they don't say in their Senate hearing today and yesterday, then we should also be in the business of having a paper trail account on Bernie, who did these things behind our back, and his own people walked out on him because they found out. They go, you can't do that, man. Stop taking this money or we're out. And he let them walk. That happened. So I thought it was good to bring that up again.
Yeah. And so, in addition, Jokers for you, thanks for tuning in. He agrees with you. Bernie has been a sellout piece of S from the beginning and exposed how the deep state manipulate progressive voters. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jokers, for you.
He should have been.
Kelly says exactly. Yes.
He should have been kicked out of office years ago by his own constituency. How do you say that word? Constituency.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I'm ESL, guys. Well, this is Jokers for you responding to my comment about being a healthcare worker and how many disparities I see every day at work. It is a war crime against humanity how the rich violate people's basic human rights to real healthcare treatment. Nurses like you who care make the difference for millions of people every day. Thank you. Well, I really appreciate that comments, Jokers for you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you are an example.
Try to the best of my ability.
You are an example of going into the lion's den and doing the good work from the inside is what you do. And so you prove that is possible. We don't know if it's possible in politics. We don't know if you can go into a position of power and actually get something done because you have to sign all these you have to do all these negotiations to even get in there. And once you get in, your hands are already tied. So you're doing it not on the political spectrum, you're doing it within the institution itself of healthcare. You're going inside and you're saying, I'm gonna make something good come out of this. I'm gonna bring the humanity that's lacking. I'm gonna bring the human connection. I'm gonna bring the making the best decision for people, helping people make decisions good for them, not good for the profit of the company, not good for the shareholders and CEOs. And you're doing the best you can without being kicked to the curb. So it's hard, but you're doing it, and you
really hard. Yeah,
I bet
I'm doing my best, but us healthcare people are also very limited in what we can do and almost controlled. I mean, we are controlled. Everything we do, everything we say to patients, everything we share, it must be documented. So we're very limited in what we can do, but I try my best. You know that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jokers, for you. That was really nice of you to say. Another thing that stood out to me when Pasta said, when people show you who you are, you listen to them, you believe them. So Kelly's words also said that as well. Let me scroll down. Jokers for you, Nika Kant. Thank you so much for your comments. Yes, so many good things here. I wish I can read all of them, but I don't have 2 hours yet. Kelly's words, this whole nonsense of pro or anti-vaccine, they are gray areas, and being against some is not all. I know that, but say that out loud to the people I know or to a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram, right, Matt?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very black and white with a lot of people, unfortunately.
Right.
I read
There was
this one earlier and I was like, "Ooh, that was an interesting." I'd never thought about this kind of USMC9. I see your baby blue shirt, Paul. Israel first, and lower. If you see a baby blue tie or shirt, they are telling APAC, "Don't worry, I got this." Hmm.
mm, yeah, got that right there. So that was so yeah.
RFK sustaining
USMC9.
Zio.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the shirt. Well, Rand Paul was wearing the baby blue tie. That was Rand Paul. So the blue. There's a blue element there. I mean, whatever. It might be on the clothes. It just might be in their behavior in general. But yeah, we know that everything we talked about today. And it's funny that we talked so much about big pharma and the corruption of the system and the Zionism discussion. I mean, we didn't even. I don't even think it came up.
Pasta on the money. Thanks for that comment too.
Yep,
Love it.
that's right. He was. He was. Hard to argue with pasta for sure.
You know, Matt gets very passionate about everything he's saying. So I know US also said Matt smile, and I'm like, he does smile, but he's just very passionate, very passionate speaker, and he means what he says. Everything you say is with intent. So sometimes I'm also like, oh, Matt's very like into this subject right now, but that's just how you are. But that was
No,
funny. I thought that was funny.
no, that's good. I needed that. I needed that. I smiled when I saw the comment, but we didn't post it back then. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Everything you say is with great intent, so it's just very passionate. I
Mm.
like that about you. Kelly's words: anti-genocide is not pro-Hamas. Yeah, I know that too. We all know that, but a lot of people don't know that. And so I have been attacked for being in protest, for speaking out loud, for saying things against the genocide. And I think for a lot of people, I might be an anti-Semite now.
Yeah. Um.
I'm pro Hamas. That's one of the
Well,
first questions they asked me and you when we started talking out loud is, well, do you condemn Hamas, Matt? Do you condemn Hamas?
you know what? We've gotten even better at answering that question because that was like, oh, gotcha. Well, you don't want to answer. You don't want to answer. Well, no, I do. I wish I could go back when they were asking us that at UCLA. Do you condemn
Yeah.
Hamas? During the UCLA protests that we were there. You were there with me. We saw these I mean, they're crazy. These guys they're just and the protesters were the peaceful ones, and the Zionists are like, I'm gonna get you. And that was their big go-to, right? It was, do you condemn Hamas? And if I can go back, I'd be like, no, I don't. And that's also not being pro Hamas. You don't have to condemn someone to not be pro that thing. What I would say is, no, I don't condemn them. You have a right to resist, right? You have a right to resist being captured like that, being occupied. You have a right to resist occupation. Now, am I going to then be critical of how they went about it? That's a different discussion. But I'm not going to condemn the right that people have to resist occupation. That's the correct answer. You have a right to do that.
Well, Matt, I think the education system really failed us
Hmm.
because there's a question here. I think by Kelly as well. Why are so few people paying attention to the fact Gabbard is in Army Civil Affairs and Psychological Operations? It's not hard to find this info. Um, it's not for some people, but it is for a lot of people. So I'm not really sure if people are lazy or they just trust the
So I want
mainstream media, or they just like to be fed information and regurgitate everything they're told.
you know what's funny is we had. Well, Kelly's great. Kelly's been on the show. She's got so much insight, and I appreciate you, Kelly, engaging with us today.
We appreciate it.
The same episode Kelly was on, we had Monica Perez on, and we didn't have them on together. So I had Monica Perez come on, and then Kelly came on second. And during Monica Perez, we talked about this, and it was very interesting because I pulled up a clip. I don't have it with me now, but I pulled up a clip of Tulsi clearly being a psyop situation when it came to Israel and like defending. And I think Monica was like trying to hold on the idea that there was a a chance that she just has to maneuver just right, and then you should be like, oh no, yeah, that's not good, that's not good. And I remember we were like, that's not good. And so that's on that same episode. Kelly, you're on that. So it's funny you're bringing this up, and it was in that same. I was already in that mindset of we just got to find the footage. I got to tell you guys, it's hard doing this show. It's fun doing this show. I want you guys to understand, like we do this for you. We do this for truth, justice, principle, getting to the bottom of stuff. We want humanity to be better. That's why we do this show. And putting the show together for you guys, it can be hard sometimes. A lot of work. I'm up real late, up real early, putting stuff together. One of the hardest things to do is getting the clips, getting the right sound bites. And people think that, really? Why don't you show me? Oh, why don't you show me your proof? What's your source? It's like, we have it all. It's all in our heads. I mean, we got everything. But I can't just whipping stuff out, going back in time, finding the right thing. It's a lot of work. When we get it right, we get it right. Sometimes though, we like right now, it's like, I wish I could just put the clip on. This is it. I don't have it in front of me. So sometimes you guys have to take our word for it. But when we're starting conversations with outside people that aren't used to thinking like this, aren't used to doing their own research, it's hard. You have to go find these things in advance, because if you don't have it ready, show me. I don't believe you. I don't believe Obama said we have to deport everyone who's illegal in 2014. No, he did. Press play. There it is. There's your clip. He said
you show me that clip.
Yeah. So, but we have to be. It's a tough skill to develop. So, you guys watching at home, you can also learn this skill. It just takes practice. Just go find it. Go cut it. Go clip it. Go find it. Look for the keyword. You can find it. People are on Twitter putting this stuff up all the time. So when the next time you have a friend or family going, no, that didn't happen. They're memory holding. That's what it's called, memory holding. When they want to pretend something didn't happen, you're like, play the clip.
That was a little interesting to me, Jokers for You. If you look at Tulsi's father and the connection timing he had with Obama's career, success from Hawaii, and the huge military presence in Hawaii, the timing of Tulsi coming on the scene.
Oh yeah, we've gone down that rabbit hole. That's so interesting, because at the time of the Obama, and it was Trump. Trump was just a public personality at the time. He wasn't a politician, and he was the one saying, "We don't. This Hawaii birth certificate thing is very odd. Very odd." At the time, we thought, "Come on, dude, stop harassing the." We thought it was racist. You're being racist, trying to pretend that this non-white guy, even though he's half white, by the way, he's half white. So I don't know. We don't. Okay. But Obama. Oh, is this racist to even suggest? No, it was worth asking and worth suggesting, because we've gone down that rabbit hole. And we go, oh my God, that stuff in Hawaii is so bad, guys. If you haven't looked at it, it's so bad. And yes, Tulsi was there right when she was coming on the scene. You're 100% right, Jokers for You. Anybody who is interested in revisiting that, if you were like me and you remembered at the time that it was just some loudmouth Republican BS, I'm not going to listen to that. No, it's pretty bad what happened. The creation of Obama's birth certificate, it is fabricated. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it. It's been fabricated. It's not real. It's the Hawaii thing it's a big scam. And man, Hawaii really let us down even in the last couple years with the whole Lahaina fires. I mean, it's insane. So yes, remember that Tulsi comes from Hawaii. Yes, she's part of that monster.
I gotta agree with Kelly again. Jose is the best, 25 and way ahead of the curve and open-minded. Is Jose really 25?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He is such an inspiration to old ladies like me. I'm just kidding. But I am way over a decade older than him, and well, not way over, but that's amazing. And every time I see him on screen, or every time I see him in his protests, or causing a ruckus in
Oh, Jamie says he's 26. Yeah.
Ooh, where you're off. Anyway, he's amazing. He's an inspiration. I wish there's more people like him.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had his courage, actually. There's a few times where we together, or myself, have been to places where there's a conference or something, and I'm really, or even when we go to a movie and the celebrities come out, and that we know something about them, or they're Zionists or whatever, I'm so tempted to say something, but I just Jose is so brave. He's an amazing person.
Yeah,
we should have him more often here.
Yeah, this is the problem, is that this is
that's the one I was looking at.
Yeah. The problem is that Tulsi is a member of the U.S. military. As such, her freedom of speech is incredibly limited, as is her ability to represent U.S. citizens. Everyone needs to understand this.
USMC disagrees.
Oh, oh,
Not
I
in
see.
front of the US Congress. You're wrong.
Yeah. Oh, and can I also say, okay, no, that's a fair point. Maybe but maybe it's a matter of they can both be right, because the point is that you do have an extra thing you signed up for, like a lifelong commitment to certain secrets and certain things you're allowed to talk and not talk about, even when you're no longer serving. But yeah, in front of Congress, technically, it's everyone's supposed to have the you're supposed to be completely honest in front of Congress. You're not supposed to be able to keep any sort of NDA, I guess, as we would say in Hollywood. That's not necessarily on paper. You're not supposed to, but you never know. It could be something to at least keep in mind. Also, I should mention that USMC is U.S. Marine Corps. That's what that is. Thank you, Jamie, for pointing that out. So thank you, USMC 9, for that.
Oh, Wishigo is on. What's up, Wishigo? Yeah, he thanked Jose. We all thank him for coming on.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks, Jose, and that we were able to coordinate that awesomely. And like he came right out of the room, so we got to do some real journalism, what the mainstream media doesn't do. We got to tell you guys what was happening inside the closed doors, and he told it. Jose was the one to report first that they had a closed door session after they kicked everyone out. Closed door session there with Tulsi. Uh, Fantastic. I mean, that explains everything. That's so when she's probably going to get confirmed. RFK Jr. is probably going to get confirmed, and there's has to be a negotiation that happens, that they're going to have to sign something that says, I will not do this. You confirm me, I will not go after this person. You confirm. So this idea that they're going to go in, Trump's going to get all his people in, they're going to go after the deep state, they're going to go after. Well, if you get in, you have to sign this thing saying you're not going to go after person A, person B, person C. So that might be happening, and that might be the way the deal gets made right there. Sherry came in. Hey,
Sherry came
Sherry.
in too. Hi,
Sherry
Sherry.
Wise. She did a little Gavin's little dance of greed. That's the yeah. I can't even believe like he's for
How
real
dare
about
he
it. It
do
looks
that?
looks like Gavin Newsom's doing a caricature of himself as he's doing it. I'm just like, I can't believe he's doing the dance, the Gavin dance. So yeah, good call on that one. There's some new comments that came in down at the end.
I got three. Wishigo says it wouldn't be the first time the U.S. have used remote aircraft technology against its own
Yeah,
citizens. Ooh,
yeah. I mean, we look at all this stuff. We look at you look at the technology that it exists. So it's hard to argue that. This is a hard conversation to have with people. They don't want to hear about the government would actually hurt its own people. Like they don't want to believe that. Well, okay. So you ask them first, do you think the capability of doing it is there? Does the technology exist? If they say no, show them that it exists. Here it is. It exists. Do you do you think that we wouldn't do it because we'll do it to other people, but not us? Do you think it's something where we draw the line? There's a moral compass that comes into play. So all the greedy people that control the world, we go into other countries. We know we destroy other people. We assassinate their presidents. We steal their resources. We put sanctions on all their people. We literally declare war on them for no reason and fund genocides and all this stuff, proxy wars. We know all that. So you think that the moral code stops for them? We wouldn't hurt our own people, just other people, not our. Really? Okay. But we have the technology. We just all of a sudden a moral code just kind of kicks into gear. I got it. Right.
Jamie said Matt does a good blue steel face. So I was like, what is that? I Googled.
No, that's Ben Stiller, and I don't like the reference to Ben Stiller being that he's a complete uh
I know.
Zelensky propagandist sellout. He wants to
That thing
direct.
he did was ridiculous.
Ben Stiller wants to direct himself in the lead role of the Zelensky Chronicles or whatever the hell he thinks it's going to be called. He thinks that's in the works. And then but he's up against Sean Penn, who also Sean Penn would want to direct. He's too old to play Zelensky. Ben Stiller, he can do a little whatever dance theater flamboyant thing he has to do to become Zelensky. He's working on it now. And I bet he'd be willing to step aside directing duties to Sean Penn if the two of them could team up and do the Zelensky Chronicles or the story of the big biopic of the great hero of the West that saved us from Putin. Yeah, it's I don't know who would watch. Actually, I do know who would watch that. I know who would watch that. Our friends and family and colleagues right
I
here.
know who would watch that too.
Oh my God, they'd be like, Ben Stiller's playing Zelensky. Oh, yeah.
The hero.
But this is from Zoolander for the reference. It's oh no, there we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I can.
That's funny. There you go. You look just like him. I'll read two more. From Chatter X, like 20 minutes ago or something. It is the function of the CIA to keep the world unstable and to propagandize and teach the American people to hate. So we will let the establishment spend any amount of money on arms.
Yeah. Thank
What
you
is
for
that
that.
reality?
That is a quote by John Stockwell, former CIA official, who would know best, I guess. He would know best. Thank you for that, Chatter
I love
X.
how Chatter X writes all these quotes. It's really, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Chatter X, for
So-
tuning in always. And then one more from which you go, resistance is justified when people are occupied.
There you are. You know what? That's a great one to end on.
One-liner.
That's a great one to end on. Very cool. Very cool.